Hey guys, Angry Monkey here, and let's talk about Anime Ohio, which was at Sharonville Convention Center from July 10th through the 12th. Now, I was only there on Friday and Saturday, but I still got to enjoy most of what the convention had to offer. So, on Friday, things started up at 4 p.m., and I had to work until 4:30, and it wasn't really worth leaving early for. I got there around 5 or so, and I headed straight to the autograph lines because I had a lot of voice actors I wanted to meet. So that was the first thing I did, and I got a lot of great autographs, and I met a lot of great people, mostly from Naruto. Tom Gibbous, who is best known as Shikamaru in Naruto, I met him first, and we got to talk about his time being on the show. He also talked about how he doesn't have to worry about AI because he gets paid so little that it'll cost AI more money to train AI on how to sound like him than it would be to just hire him. But he enjoys, obviously, the role of Shikamaru. I met Brian Donovan, who's best known for Rock Lee in Naruto, and I got to share the fun meme of when you play the episode of Rock Lee versus Gara at 11:40 whatever on December 31st. The weights crash to the ground, and that's the perfect way to ring in the new year. He thought that was amazing. Super friendly guy. Got a lot of pictures with him. And what was really funny with him is as I'm getting my pictures with him, um, Skip Stelrecht, who's best known for Guy Sensei, photobombs us, and so he joins in for a couple pictures. And I kind of wanted that anyway. I didn't think that was going to happen, so the fact that that was an accidental thing or a photobomb opportunity, and I got some pictures with him, I thought that was really fun. And then obviously I got to meet Skip after that as well. Super friendly guy, super chill, and I learned he was also Vicious from Cowboy Bebop. So I had to have him sign my copy of Cowboy Bebop as well. And I'm getting a near complete autograph thing for all the Cowboy Bebop characters. I just need to meet Faye. And I'd have the four main characters plus Vicious. I'll probably get Julia's on there as well just to really complete the set. But yeah, I mean, I got Spike, I got Ed, I got Jet, now I got Vicious. And it was really interesting to hear him talk about that because he auditioned for Cowboy Bebop and he's like, yeah, okay, Steve Bloom, he's cool, and Spike's cool. He's like, but I got cast as Vicious? Like, I'm not Vicious. I'm a nice guy. Like, Guy Sensei is basically me in real life. But he got cast as Vicious. Now, he was talking to a gentleman in front of me about what would be really cool to see is a Bebop prequel miniseries of Spike and Vicious as friends because they were basically brothers. Like they were best friends, like brothers, before the events of Cowboy Bebop happened. And I'm thinking like, oh yeah, that'd be really cool to see like those two as friends, like they were supposed to be. Um, but I thought it was really cool to talk to him about that as well. How the two of them exchanged weapons at the end of the final episode, where Vicious has Spike's gun and Spike has Vicious's sword, and it was really cool. And his pictures were free, so he he signed my stuff, and I got some pictures with him. And then he even pulls out his phone because he wanted a picture of me for him, and I thought that was really cool that he cares that much about his fans that he wants to have pictures of his fans so that way he can see on who all he met and all that. And so it was an honor to meet him, and it felt like he was honored to meet us, and that's really rare for a voice actor, no matter how friendly the voice actor would be. But the fact that he was like that level of friendly, that makes an experience right there. I've met a lot of great voice actors over the years, and I've got stories of like, oh man, I remember when I met so and so and how friendly they were. And yeah, Skip's gonna be another one that I'm gonna have to put at the top of my list of like the nicest people I ever met in my life. And so thank you, Skip. If you're watching this video, I doubt you are, but if you're watching this video, thank you for being there. Thank you for being a cool guy. And then I met Michael Yurchak, who's best known for Obito or Toby. And what was really cool is I had my Naruto DVDs, and both him and actually pretty much all of them I showed them my DVDs that I wanted them to sign, and they're like, "Oh, this is so cool! I've never seen this before." I said, "Yeah, this is just the standard Naruto DVD sets." And they're like, "Yeah, nobody's ever brought these for me to sign before, so it's just really cool to see these." The one for Obito was just especially cool. Now he says that he's seen that on a Naruto video game cover art before, but he's like, "Oh, that's a DVD. I've never seen that before." So that was really cool. So that kind of finishes up my Friday, because on Friday there wasn't really a lot of panels worth going to, at least in my opinion. Because I'm going to just read off what the panels were for Friday. Cosplay guest Q&A, Never Too Old to Cosplay, Wigs 101, Being a Cosplaying Teacher, we got a photo op, Cosplay Karaoke, Gotta Catch 'Em All, 25 Years of Pokemon, and Cosplay Runway. So basically, and I've had the same criticism before in previous Anime Ohios, for Friday is cosplay, 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 Pokemon cosplay. And I've been to the Pokemon panel before, but it's the same one I've seen at least twice. So I'm like, I've already seen it twice. And don't get me wrong, like if you guys have been around on this channel for a while, I'm a huge Poke nerd. So like I nerd out on anything Pokemon related, but it's still the same panel I've seen at least twice. And obviously I understand cosplay is a huge part of cons, and I love the cosplays that people come up with. I got a lot of great pictures, met a lot of great cosplayers, but that's kind of the problem with Friday is it's all cosplay related panels. You got to have some variety here, but we'll go over that in a little bit. On Saturday, I got there probably around 10 a.m., 11 a.m., something like that. And I did a little bit of shopping. I'll show what I got at the end. But you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about the whole panel thing, because I got there at 11 a.m. and I don't know why I got there so early, because the first panel I wanted to go to didn't start until 3. So I was just kind of walking around, which, I mean, it was cool. Got to walk around, get some great cosplay pictures, etc. When I got there around 11, though, it was kind of dead. I'm thinking like, ooh, this is like the deadest I've ever seen a Saturday at a convention before. Like, the fact that you weren't bumping into people because there's like nobody there, it kind of made it like, is this going to be the last year of this convention? Because there's just nobody showing up. Now, they did raise the price of it. It was $28 or $30 last year, and it was $40 this year for just Saturday. $80 for the weekend, and it was probably like $60 or something, 65. I don't remember last year. And since I didn't come on Sunday, I actually got ripped off by buying the weekend pass, but I was here both Friday and Saturday. But yeah, if I look at the panels for Saturday, cosplay, cutesy confections, collabs, cafes in Japan. Okay, that one might have been interesting. Photo op of Pokemon. Finish your cosplay, motivation, productivity, and how we get done. Okay, we got a Steven Universe panel. I've only seen some episodes of Steven Universe. It's a well done show, but it's not anime. But I acknowledge that a lot of anime fans enjoy that show. But then there's an anime K-pop sing along, cosplay crochet, catwalk for kids, prejudging, demystified panel, some kind of cosplay related thing, One Piece photo op, prop building without breaking the bank, which is another cosplay related thing, lip sync battle. So this is the stuff from 10:30 to 3 o'clock. So if you're hearing what I'm saying here, we got a lot more cosplay, more cosplay, more cosplay, more cosplay, and when it's not cosplay, it's karaoke related, which, again, huge parts of conventions, especially anime conventions, I guess conventions in general. But again, there's not a lot of variety, which again is my biggest hang up this year, is just the lack of variety of panels. There were only 2 real anime panels. One of them being the Naruto Q&A. I guess there's 3, but after the Naruto panel was going to be a trivia thing, and there was absolutely no description. Like on the piece of paper, it just says trivia in the panel room at 4 p.m. No description whatsoever. And that ended up getting canceled and replaced with a Q&A for Alessandra Reynoso, which I guess the newer Pokemon fans would know her for the main girl in Horizons, which I've not seen Horizons yet, but I recognized the character on the thing. Winx Club, and there were a few other things that she's known for. Um, I kind of felt bad for just walking out because I'm like, oh, this is not the trivia panel. So I kind of ducked out, and it seems that a lot of people did. So I don't really know on how significant her Q&A was going to be. But it's not anything with her. It's because that was supposed to be the trivia panel, and it got changed at the last minute, I guess, to a Q&A with her, and probably nobody knew that was happening. So that was really bad planning on Anime Ohio's part to change the panel, cancel a panel, and replace it with another panel and not tell anybody that it got replaced with this panel. So nobody knew that was happening, and the trivia panel got canceled. Kind of unfortunate, but I guess I'm not surprised since there was no description whatsoever about trivia. It just trivia. What kind of trivia? Video game trivia, anime trivia? I don't know. Because there was an anime game show later on in the evening, but this other trivia show, who knows what that is? So since it got canceled, okay, well I guess I'll go back to shopping because like I got nothing else to do for the next like hour. But I did go to the first hour of most famous anime around the world, which was pretty interesting. Talking about like the most famous anime in Japan, America, France, Philippines. The one problem I have with that panel, though, and it's nothing with the panelist himself. He did a great job presenting that panel. Um, Apparently, robot anime was just super popular, and there are all these really obscure to me robot anime from the 70s. I'm thinking like, oh, okay. I mean, I get it that they were groundbreaking for what they did back in the 70s, and I admire them for what they did for anime history. But when it's robot anime, robot anime, robot anime, robot anime, robot anime, robot, it's like I don't even know what these are, and they're all like 1975, 76. Um, and I'm like, these don't mean anything to me. Like I don't even know if half of these are able to be watched on Crunchyroll or DVD or whatever. Like they might be lost media. I don't know. But it was really interesting to learn the history, especially in the Philippines, because whatever robot show that um, was apparently like a symbol of oppression and like rising up. And the Philippines were like, oh, we need to put a stop to this anime here because people are starting to rise up. And they canceled the show with like 4 episodes left. And people didn't know what happened for the next 20 years on what happened in the last 4 episodes of that show, which apparently there was a really big cliffhanger back in the 80s. And finally, in the 2010s, I guess, they brought it back as basically a movie. And so people were able to bring their kids to be like, this is what I watched when I was a kid, and now we can finish the show. So that story was really cool. In France, apparently, one of their big anime was City Hunter, which I've heard of. Um, but I just thought that was interesting that most of the anime, at least for the first hour, I ducked out after the first hour because I wanted to go to the anime game show. But yeah, everything was robot anime, which I'm kind of surprised that robot anime was that huge and I guess remained the most popular anime to date in that country. I doubt it, but maybe so. Maybe that 70s robot anime was still the most popular show in the Philippines even in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. I don't know. But yeah, I got a little tired of robot anime because I was expecting a little bit more variety in the most famous anime around the world, but maybe that was just the thing was robot anime. It was just and then the last thing I did was the anime game show, which was from 6 to 7, although it ended around 6:40, which is fine because it was the exact same panel as last year. In fact, the characters were the same. the things that stumped people last year still stumped them this year, but that was mostly because that picture of Tokyo Ghoul had what's his name from Parasite and the white haired girl from Death Parade in there. It was a weird, like, well, no wonder why nobody got it right, because like that is definitely the kid from Parasite. And they're like, no, it's not Parasite though. It ended up being Tokyo Ghoul. Okay, whatever. I got a question right though, and I won a squishy ice cube. Cool. Okay. Um, Fun panel, fun convention. They just need some variety though. Honestly, the reason why I enjoyed it as much as I did was mostly because of um just the people I was hanging out with. We just made it a good time. But if I was by myself, for example, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much, just because the panels were either A, the same as last year, or B, just not enough variety. Like, for me, I don't do karaoke. I don't do cosplay. I enjoy cosplay, but I don't personally do cosplay myself. Um, that was probably three quarters of the panels. Actually, probably even more than that. Like, I would say more than three quarters of the panels were either cosplay or karaoke. Um, so I would really love to have some variety, some more anime recommendations, history of this kind of anime, or like this genre of anime, or anime recommendations, slice of life anime, shonen anime that you've not heard of, or the history of JoJo, or music references in JoJo. I don't know, just something to make it more interesting. So who knows? Maybe I'll enter some panels next year just to bring some variety outside of cosplay panels and stuff. Because that is what this convention really needs, is just panel variety. Also, we need some DVD booths in the vendor room, because why would you go to an anime convention and not be able to buy any anime at all? There was one booth that had DVDs and Blu-rays. They were mostly manga, but they had a small shelf of anime, but the anime, a lot of them were kind of beat up and water damaged. So, not things that I would have bought just because the condition was really bad. So anyway, that does it for my thoughts and experiences at Anime Ohio. It sounds overall like I didn't have a good time. I did, but those are definitely ways that I would suggest improving on it, is more variety of panels. That is a huge thing. Like, if they change up the panels, give it more variety, I think it would be a really good convention again. What did I buy? I bought a Luigi's Mansion plushie, because Luigi's Mansion, if you guys have been on the channel for a while, I did a Luigi's Mansion playthrough all the way back in 2013. It's one of my favorite video games of all time. It's a game I have to play through like once a year. For some reason, I just like, I gotta play Luigi's Mansion again. I haven't played it in a year. I gotta play it. And so when I saw a plushie of Luigi's Mansion, I'm like, okay, I gotta get this plushie because it's Luigi's Mansion. It's cool. I did get a few figures. I got Yumiko from Go Go Loser Ranger. I mean, she's the best girl in the show and like one of the coolest characters in the show too. I mean, yeah, easily the best character in the show. She's just a really cool character. So I got her. I got Aura, kind of one of the first major villains in Frieren, and just the whole battle between her and Frieren was really epic. The finale of that fight was epic, and so I had to get a figure of her because it was just really cool. And there was an Asian gentleman who recognized me from a previous convention. I think it was Anime Ohio last year. And he says, "You bought from me before?" And I said, "Yes, I did." He says, "I'm going to give you a good deal on this." I thought, "Oh, okay. Yeah." So I got Mai and Shu from Dragon Ball. They came together in the same box, and he gave me $20 off on it. So $65 instead of $85 for basically an out of print figure. I've never seen this Mai and Shu figure before, and I thought, well, this is just really cool to get such a rare, never before seen to me figure of characters in Dragon Ball that are underappreciated. Like Mai and Shu and Emperor Pilaf, they're the Team Rocket of Dragon Ball. They're lovable idiots, and so to get a figure of two of the three lovable idiots was really fun. So anyway, that is all I got, and then there's also my badge and my squishy ice cube in that picture there, and that is what I got. Um, I could have gotten more. There was an Orochimaru figure that I could have gotten. There was a Yamcha figure with Poir that I could have gotten. And I'm like, I want these, but I got my Zurikon coming up in like a month and a half or something. So I thought maybe I should not blow all my money, especially since I bought a lot of autographs. Um, I didn't want to blow all my money on a bunch of figures when I have an even bigger convention coming up in a little over a month and a half, I guess. I got a couple conventions coming up, like back to back to back. So anyway, yeah, that's what I got. And that was my experience at Anime Ohio in 2026. What were your guys' thoughts? What was your favorite panel this year? What were your thoughts and criticisms? What did you like? What did you not like? What were your stories with the voice actors if you met them? Uh, what did you buy? What panels do you think would be really cool to see next year? Post all that in the comments below, and I'd love to read all those comments and interact with you guys. Before you guys go, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified for when another video comes out. Probably an episode of Tamagotchi Life, because I've got like 800 episodes of that recorded. Not literally, but I've got a lot of episodes of Tamagotchi Life that I'm uploading, and it's been a lot of fun playing that game. So if you guys are enjoying that series and you want to see my playthrough of that, yeah, subscribe and you'll see when episodes upload, and you can enjoy, hopefully, my playthrough of that. I also have a Facebook page, another way to interact with you guys. If you don't want to interact with me on YouTube, you can on Facebook. If you're scrolling through and you're like, oh, cool, Angry uploaded an episode of whatever, yeah, you can watch it there. Talk to me on there. Nobody does it, but it's an option for you guys if you want that option. I also have an Instagram that I forget I have until I advertise it in these videos. Haven't posted anything in like almost 2 years. I kind of missed out on the 25th anniversary of the PS2 coming out. I missed the 25th anniversary of the Game Boy Advance coming out. I would have loved to have made a post about both of those. Now it's too late to do that, but one of these days I'll post more Instagram stuff, mostly video game stuff, because I've got a lot of video game content I can share on my Instagram. I've got a lot of really cool video game history related stuff that I'd love to show off to you guys when I remember that I have it in the first place. And most importantly is the Discord server, where we talk about video games, anime, Pokemon, post memes, talk about nostalgia. It's a lot of fun, and it is free. Just say, hey, I want to join, and I'll send you an invite, and you can join our community of nerds where we have fun, hang out, nerd out, and we'd love to have you join us. All right, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day.